Hi guys, I want to talk today about something that's somewhat Splatoon related, more gaming in general, but I guess I'll center it around the conversation around Splatoon, and that is talking about the death of the forum, which, I mean, back in the day was when I first, even back in college, though I guess that was over, let's see, what, 2001? How long has that been? 17 years? Has it really been 17 years? I guess so. Wait, 2018. Anyway, I'm a lot older than I think I am. But talking about, back in the day, that was like the only way to sort of communicate. The main way to communicate about games is, you were on a forum and you talked with other people about it. And, recently I was talking to my brother, and it kind of struck me because he mentioned like Shoryuken or Dustloop, which are, two really big forums for fighting games. I've basically been, kind of gutted by Discord as well. And I thought to myself, like, wow, that's the same thing that's happening in Splatoon. I guess it's happening really everywhere. I mean, even places like 4chan and I think even like Reddit are still, Reddit, they all have their own Discords now too. So it's kind of weird that you see all these sort of like, I don't want to say like sustained, because Reddit and 4chan are kind of ephemeral as well. It's almost like the threads only last like a week and they get buried. The forums, it's a little bit more permanent. It's a little bit more gauged, around conversation. Though the conversation I wanted to have was, are we losing something as these forums kind of fade away, as they're replaced by Discord? I know, like, trying to relate it to Splatoon, Discord and Twitter are basically the two main ways people, communicate. And there's also, like, in some ways YouTube, but that's as far as like conversations go, that's basically how most people have them, is using Twitter or Discord. And after I thought about it, we're not really losing a whole lot as forums fade away. In fact, I think there's a reason they're fading away, because they're just not really useful anymore. It's not really like that, we're losing, some sort of important function that we're going to miss out on, and we're just, throwing that away due to, I guess, instant gratification of, likes on Twitter and, just casual conversation on Discord. The forum posts, that, I guess, really showcase what a forum could do, something that's really, well thought out, researched, they're presenting some sort of evidence of, something about the game, or, I guess, fighting games probably better, with like combo threads, like there's a sort of sustained resource that, people just keep helping to add on. Those kind of things were just so rare that it just really didn't, justify the forum existing. I was just, before this, right before I recorded this, I just trying to like see if I could prove my point just by looking at squid boards, and it's like the most active threads are, a salt thread about, people complaining about the game, like, ooh, that's not really anything that's necessary, or, super great, like, why are you playing a female Inkling? S+ is garbage because there's so many bad players. It's Splatfest, conversation about Splatfest. All these are casual conversations. There's nothing like of any like great value being discussed here. And for that, Discord would be fine. Discord's fine. Twitter's fine. It's not like, we're going to look back at 5 months like, oh wow, the salt thread was great. Yeah, that needs to be preserved for the ages. You complaining about the game. That's actually, complaining about the game is basically forums in a nutshell. And all my experience is basically people bitching about a patch notes, and that's basically entire. you know, and with Discord, you know, we don't need to have it preserved for ages. You know, you bitching about X, Y, and Z in the game. It's a lot easier to ignore. It just sort of goes by. Like, yeah, see you later. Like, no one gives a shit about your problems. But that's, and I think just to sort of like mention YouTube for a second, like you can actually, if you know, you got like a guide, you know, the visual part of YouTube's great, and you can make money off it. Like people that actually put a lot of work into presenting something, they'll stand to benefit even like somewhat financially. I mean, if they do it, you know, at enough and they sustain it, like, you know, SRB2 Dude, or, you know, they're making like entertaining stuff with the game. I mean, there's plenty of people that do that. And, you know, you get rewarded for that. With a forum, all right, you know, some way it's prestige for a little bit in some ways, but heck, real world money is even better. Screw, you know, prestige and, you know, respect. All right. And there's still stuff like Reddit and 4chan. They haven't completely gone away. I think one of the benefits of Reddit is like you do get recognition, though, you know, in like Splatoon's Reddit, it's mostly like, oh, I made this meme, or, you know, oh, I made a drawing, and like it gets a bunch of upvotes. It's never anything like that I consider like, ooh, this is really like well thought out knowledge. I mean, some stuff like data mines, or, you know, like really useful information for actually playing the game isn't always, you know, presented. And even in YouTube, like the glitch stuff that I think is kind of neat, all of that stuff, there's other ways other than forums that probably even easier to get recognized than the forums itself. I mean, it's just, I think in the end, there is a reason that we just stopped using forums, and that's because the purpose it serves is just served better by Discord or Twitter. I mean, the 90% of the conversation, I don't think, you know, needs to be, you know, is anything of, you know, any substantial merit. Probably less than 90%. Like, let's see, maybe like 1 to 5% of the conversations that are happening on forums are, you know, anything of value that, you know, someone could, you know, come in later and see, you know, this pin thread, oh, is this, and like, you know, find some really interesting information. You know, there's always wikis too that got really popular that are still used to, you know, do like research on. I mean, the real thing that I think we might potentially miss out on is if, you know, there's people that really know the game, really knowledgeable, or at least, you know, want to do, you know, some sort of research on it, and, you know, different people are presenting, you know, different research or like a different maybe point of view that, you know, actually has some merit rather than, you know, just some like random opinion or like, you know, what's the word for it? Like, you know, like meta theory, you know, they're like, shit, what the hell is it? Is it meta? Damn it, I can't remember. It's like just like so like theorizing, like game theory that, you know, has like no basis. There's no actual any research done. They're like presenting like, oh yeah, the reason the Splattershot Junior is so good is because it builds up its special, and it's the lowest, and armor's fantastic against blasters, but, you know, they'll never at any point present, you know, any actual concrete evidence, like whether it's tournament results or their own results against top tier players that'll prove that it has a place. They'll just, you know, we'll just throw out some facts about it and say that it's a, you know, law of some sort. But that's it. Maybe just check my notes here. Yeah, I got everything down. Like, again, social media kind of rewards people a lot better, I think, than forums do. I mean, there might be something, and maybe you can think of it in the comments below. Let me know if you think we're really losing something by getting rid of forums, or as forums sort of slowly die. And is there some great part of gaming that we're missing out of? There might be. I just, like I said, the conversation just isn't, you know, or, you know, level of conversation just isn't there in gaming forums not enough to justify their existence. So that's it for my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.